Hey everyone, thanks for joining me live on the Alpha Dog Capital Facebook page. Hey, listen, I was going to get on with my computer and have a really good looking backdrop, but then my electricity went out and my computer just shut off. So I decided to do this on my phone. Anyway, this is something I could do regularly. Don't know if there's going to be any interest here on this platform. I'm available to answer any real estate related question that you might have. So by way of introduction, my involvement in real estate is mainly on the investment side, but we do sales. I do sales and investment and property management. So anything on the investment side for sure, but if you have any questions about buying or selling your home, for example, I can answer those questions. But if beyond that, I can answer any question related to investment property, especially residential and single family houses. Multifamily, I could probably answer questions about multifamily properties more than the average real estate broker can, because of my involvement in the investment world. I have a lot of friends and investors that do invest in multifamily properties, but my specialty really is the single family house space in sales, investment, and management. So you can ask me any question about any of these things. I think you can do it in the comments, and I can see on my screen that there's a section there if there's any comments. So if you, and also I could see that comments sent with stars will appear here. So I guess send me a star if you want to ask a question. I'm not sure what all that means, and if that's probably a good thing. It probably wouldn't hurt if you send me a star. But anyway, questions about the multiple listing service, for example. You might have questions about that. What is the MLS? I had a conversation with somebody the other day, and I just in the course of the conversation, I mentioned the MLS. We're going to list their property on the MLS. And they were like, well, what's MLS? And I said, well, that's the multiple listing service. And they're like, well, what is that? And I explained, well, that is the platform that agents, and not just realtors, anyway, that's a side note. Not all agents are realtors, by the way. That's kind of why that's a side note. But anyway, that surprises people. But anyway, the client was asking me, well, what is this multiple listing service? What do you mean? And I said, well, that's the service that real estate agents and brokers use to advertise and market properties for sale. So when you list your house with me, I will put it up on the MLS, and the whole world will then see it. It gets propagated from the MLS out to all the agents that are on the MLS. They can read private remarks, and then the general public gets the public remarks, and that's sent out on all the real estate websites like Zillow and whatever, all the big ones that everybody has heard about. Anyway, so that's the MLS. If you have questions about that, off-market deals, I deal with a lot of properties that are off-market. Many investors buy and sell properties without a broker listing it on the public market. So if you have questions about that, how to find off-market deals, how does the investment world work, how does this whole world of real estate work when real estate agents are not involved in a transaction. Property management services, you may have questions about that, and how to manage property, how to manage a rental. What do you do when you have a tenant that's not paying rent? What's the eviction process like? Anything related to property management and rental properties, and the services that are provided by our management company, or management companies in general, when they provide landlord services. Ask me any question about investor services and strategies. There's a lot of strategies in buying and selling investment property. There's a lot of ways to look at investment property. People have different criteria of what is an investment property, or what they want their investment to look like. Some investors get into real estate to to get monthly cash flow. Others don't necessarily care about the cash flow. They just want to put their money in real estate, and they'll just hold it for a long period of time. It might even be vacant land. They'll just put money into property and just hold it, and they're hoping 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years later, that was a good investment, and they'll be able to cash out or give it to their heirs, pass it on to their heirs. That's certainly an investment strategy. Most investors want some kind of a little bit of quicker return than waiting a lifetime, but it is legitimate to put money into real estate and just wait virtually forever, just buy and hold long term. But most investors want to get some kind of a return on their money, either as a cash flowing investment through rental property, or making improvements to a property and reselling for a profit on a shorter time period. There are questions about 1031 exchanges. When's that a good idea to do a 1031 exchange? What is a 1031 exchange? Anyway, I don't want to get into the weeds about some of this stuff, but I could get into the weeds if you have any questions about 1031 exchanges. Also, capital gains tax deferral options. Ask me about that. That's kind of tied in with the 1031 exchanges, but there are other opportunities in addition to the Rule 1031 with the IRS, where you can defer your capital gains increase with real estate. What about bulk real estate transactions? Investment companies will buy many properties simultaneously, and 5 houses, 10 houses, 50 houses, 100 houses, whatever. Ask me about bulk real estate transactions. What about investment loans and funding opportunities? And what about you being the bank and being a private money lender? You might have questions about that. And that goes right into private equity opportunities, investing passively, and opportunities for accredited investors. Anyway, those are kind of some of the topics that I like to talk about when we talk about real estate. But any question at all, any real estate related question about buying and selling houses, or even commercial property, how to run the numbers on a deal, how do I look at a deal, how do investors look at a deal, and that might be you'll get 2 different answers. In other words, as an investor, I have my ways of analyzing an investment deal and what I'm looking for in a real estate investment. And then other people have totally different criteria. So what might be a deal for me may not be a deal for you. And what you think is a deal for you because of your criteria and what your investment strategy is, that's a deal for you. But I may not think it's a great deal for me. I wouldn't want to participate in a deal that actually is a good fit for you. So when people ask a general question, is now a good time to invest in real estate? My answer is, I don't like to give a canned answer and say, yes, buy real estate anytime. Real estate agents will all say that, you should, it's always the best time to buy real estate now. My answer is a little bit different than that. It's similar, but different. As the real estate market shifts, which it shifts all the time, it shifts every day, but we've gone through a couple of major shifts in the last 6 years. The last 3 years has been very different than the previous 3 years. And so now we're in a very low volume market. Home sales are at the lowest in, I think, about, I was looking 11 years. And so in the metro Atlanta area, sales volume, but housing prices are really as high, historically high. They're remaining virtually where they went up to 3 years ago. The pricing has kind of been flat for the most part, but the market is soft. Sellers are willing to sell and negotiate deals that are less than their asking price. So it really is a good time to buy. But from the investment side, the way I look at this is that there's always opportunity to invest in real estate. There's always, no matter which way the market goes, whether it's going up, whether it's sideways, whether the market's going down, there are always opportunities, and you just have to adjust your criteria or adjust your strategy depending on where the market is and where you project the market is going. So whatever the circumstances are, there's always opportunity. Some people think that the best time to invest in real estate is when prices are appreciating greatly. And honestly, anybody can make money in real estate during those times. And we saw that 4, 5, and 6 years ago during coronavirus, when home prices were greatly appreciating and investors, mom and pop investors, small time investors came into the market, bought a house. Maybe they painted it, maybe they didn't, maybe they changed the carpet, maybe they didn't. But anyway, with the relative short hold time and relatively little improvements to the property or no improvements to the property, they were able to resell for a profit. So everybody looks like a real estate investing genius during times like that. But professional investors don't need a greatly appreciating market to turn a profit. And the amateur investors go away in markets like this, so it actually leaves more opportunity to invest in real estate when the market is just kind of slow and flat. So what we're doing now in our negotiations is we're negotiating better deals, and we want to negotiate even better pricing when we make an offer on a property because of the uncertainty and the weakness of the resale market. So anyway, these are the kinds of things I like to talk about. But if you have a question about listing your house for sale or buying an investment property or managing rental property, just give me a call, text me, or email me anytime. Look for my future videos. I can just turn on the camera anytime and just go on and on and on about real estate and real estate investing. But I'd love to get your questions. Love to see if I gain some traction and get some engagement with people asking me questions. So I am available anytime, and that's all for now. Thanks for checking it out.